Right guys, welcome back to another video, and we've got a bit of a different one today. It's more of like a news update, and basically we all know 2020 has been cancelled. It's been an awful start to the year, and now apparently there's rumours that WWE 2K21 is cancelled. Now it's fair to say 2K20 wasn't great. There's a lot of glitches, a lot of bugs, especially towards the start of the game. And even when those got fixed, looking into the game itself, it wasn't fantastic. You know, my career was probably one of the worst ever. Not only was I not a fan of playing the career backwards in terms of you're already in the Hall of Fame, you're reliving your story, the way the characters are portrayed just suck. I mean, I understand they were really pushing out, oh, we've got a female my career this year, let's make her really strong and tough, but you didn't have to make the other guy like an absolute retard. Like, he's running around slipping on lunch trays and all sorts. It didn't need to happen. So 2K20 was very poor, and 2K21 is now reportedly cancelled. So basically, before I get into any more of it, we've got this video here. Now, this guy he used to be a big part in making the WWE Road to WrestleMania stories on the old WWE games. So he's been in the games business with WWE. He knows, he knows his stuff. By no means is this guy right in there now. He knows what's happening. This is 100% true. This, he doesn't, as far as I know, he's not a part of that company anymore. He doesn't, because obviously Road to WrestleMania isn't in the game anymore, so he has nothing to do. So he's not there, but this guy obviously has sources. He knows what he's on about. So yeah, it's fairly reliable. I'm not going to be the guy to come out here and say 2K21 100% cancelled, but it is fairly reliable. So what we're going to do, lads, we're going to have a look at this video now, and then I'll be right back with you.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Justin Leeper here, Mr. Road to WrestleMania, with a quick video for you that I think is very important, however, and I wanted to bring it to you because nobody else is talking about it. So not to bury the lead, to get right to it, I have heard from reliable sources, and I truly believe that WWE 2K21 has been cancelled. There will be no game this year. Boom. Now, a very wise and very positive man once said, that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing. And I believe that. I mean, those of you even who enjoyed 2K20 will agree that it's not a very good game. There are a lot of issues, there's stuff that happens on screen and happened behind the scenes, and I believe that I've covered most of that in previous videos, so I'm just gonna assume that you're up to speed on that stuff. And right now, it's post-WrestleMania. WrestleMania came, WrestleMania went. Some people loved it, some people didn't. I'm not going to get into that, but I will say that traditionally, WrestleMania brought with it a trailer or an announcement or some news about the upcoming WWE game. That did not happen this year. Why is that? Because, as I said before, I have heard from reliable sources, and I truly believe that there will be no WWE 2K21 this year. Now, I'm not the only one who believes that. James, who has a YouTube channel, Viking Size Gamer, put out a video a couple weeks ago giving his opinion on some reasons why this is not happening. It was a good video. Those are good reasons. I think he's a good guy. I will link to his video in some space around here once I figure out how to do that. So I suggest you watch that after you watch this. But let's not talk about wrestling games right now. Let's talk about chefs, okay? Let's talk about chefs. Now, I do not think that 2K games or Visual Concepts are bad chefs. However, they served us a bad game, did they not? Yes, they did. Now, it's not always easy for chefs to make the best meal, especially when they're going into maybe a new kitchen, or the appliances are foreign to them, or even maybe some of the ingredients in the pantry are a little expired. But be that as it may, we were served a bad dish. And of course now there's a pandemic, which means the metaphorical store shelves are probably even more bare, which means that if they want to stock their shelves, they have to go to 7-Eleven and try and pick from what's over there to fill out those empty spaces, and good luck with that, right? Now, but back to this being a good thing. I've been talking about how I think they should take a year off for quite a while now. Other people have been talking about how, man, they should really take a year off and maybe not even make it a yearly thing. And I was pitching having it be live service with updates and stuff. So giving it this extra year to bake is a good thing. It can be heated to a golden brown at this point. It can be seasoned better and taste tested to make sure that what we're being served next is going to be fit for human consumption. So that's a good thing, right? I believe it is. However, your plate as a consumer will not be bare this year, because I have heard also that there is another WWE game coming this year, that 2K is publishing a different kind of WWE game from a different kind of game developer that's not Visual Concepts. Now, I could say more on that, but I won't, because I've already probably pissed off a lot of people at 2K, and I've been around long enough to know that you don't want to make marketing people mad. So marketing people, I'll leave them alone, and I will just say that getting a different flavor, a palate cleanser, if you will, can be a good thing. So look forward to an announcement about that. Hopefully not from me. Now, a little backstory. I heard back in December that cancellation was a 50-50 chance of it happening for this game. Then in January I heard, no, it's medium speed ahead, and you're going to get just about the same thing as 2K20, for better or for worse. And I was kind of bummed but not super surprised. But this news that I've got, this news that I'm giving to you, is late enough in the game where I'm pretty sure that this is final. They are stopping. They're not putting out a game, WWE 2K21. As I said before, they're putting out some other game, not Visual Concepts, not in this mainline 2K series, but no 2K21. Then, when let's say 2K22 finally does come out, a bit of a bummer is I've been told it will not be on next gen. It will still be on your PS4, your Xbox One, and probably your PC. Little disappointing. We want to see something brand new. We want to see something that's more cutting edge, more modern, especially on new consoles, taking advantage of that new processor power, that new speed. But that's not going to happen with the next game either. So, you take the good with the bad. And that's what I got. You can believe me or you can choose not to. That's up to you. But I would like for you to remember who told you these things, because when they come true, you can remember me between bites. But I want you to know that my loyalty is and always has been to you, the gamer. Ever since I was making games, before that when I was reviewing and writing about games, I'm for you guys. So, and thanks for watching. I'm Justin Leeper. Arigato gozaimashita. Justin Leeper deshita.
So, lads, basically, that guy's name was Justin, and obviously, as I said, he worked with WWE games. He made the Road to WrestleMania series, basically, and there's a lot of stuff to break down in what he says, and obviously, as I explained before, he has his contacts, and there is good reason to trust what he says. This isn't a stranger like me on YouTube just posting a video being like, oh, 2K21's cancelled, and everybody starts believing it. This guy has legitimate sources. there's a lot of truth in what he says. Obviously, this is the first time that 2K went into a game on their own. And, I know he used the chef thing, and he was like, they went in on their own. It was a new kitchen, it was a new thing for them. And they kind of had the game system that they'd never had full control over. And what they were doing was they were figuring this out as they went along, rather than having, because in the last few games, or the last every game, we've had the guys who know what they're doing. So 2K were completely on their own this one, and they're trying to make it work and figure it out at the same time, which was never going to end well. And they're basically, as he said, left with the same old crap as before, and they can't add anything different. They don't know how. Which is why, it's a very, in terms of looking at it and what is on the game, it's a very basic game. You have your basic matches against the computer. You have online, community creations, my career. Nothing that's gonna, break the world. And now, from what I've heard from other people, the likes of Denkops does a lot of wrestling videos. He would know what he's talking about. Apparently, we all know that this has huge links to a pandemic. Coronavirus is changing the world. Sporting events are cancelled. Football's cancelled. Wrestling seems to be one of the only things that somehow is still on at the minute. But they've been talking about cancelling this game from December, apparently. Now, WWE 2K comes out in October. So 2 months after the release, they were talking about cancelling 2K21 because of what a failure 2K20 was. And basically, you threw in the coronavirus in there, and now you're looking at, we're probably definitely cancelling this. Now, he did mention that there is likely going to be another non-mainstream WWE game. Now, what does that mean? I'm not going to lie, I'm new to this. I haven't looked too much into, what is this non-sim game thing? I don't know. But what I understand from not mainstream is the fact it's not in a series. We had 2K19, 2K20. It's not going to be 2K21. It's not going to be SmackDown versus Raw. It's going to be something like off on the side. They had the likes of Legends of Wrestling come out back in the day. You could have something like that. What that means in terms of the game, I don't know. But when you compare this to other games, as I mentioned, they were saying in December they were thinking about cancelling this, and this proves that it is a very high chance, because obviously, I say it again, through the coronavirus in, and it's even more likely because look at other games companies. Look at EA Sports, for example. I play FIFA. All this coronavirus comes in. You think they're going to cancel FIFA 21? Of course they're not. They're never going to do that, because we sit here and we say, oh, FIFA sucks, man. FIFA 20 was awful. The gameplay is bad. It's laggy. The pack lock sucks. There's always a load of glitches. But yet, every single day, we come on and we put some time into the game, and there's a lot of people out there who put a lot of money into the game because we want to play it. Deep down, we want to play it. I think since I got WWE 2K20, I've not played it a lot. I played the Bump in the Night DLC. I never finished my career. I maybe got about a quarter of the way or halfway through it. I was not interested in it at all, and it never made it to YouTube either. Maybe if it had I would have finished it, but I just had no interest. And I think I've played one maybe singles match. That's it. There's nothing good on it. There's nothing to entice me. EA, if I go onto FIFA, I'll want to play Ultimate Team until I get annoyed at it. I'll want to play Career until I get bored. you know, EA Sports aren't going to cancel their game. No other company. I'm not just picking on EA. All of a sudden Fortnite stops getting updates. That's not going to happen. Different games that are maybe supposed to come out. I'm just going off of games that I play. Basically, no other games company is going to do this. So it's not, you can't just look at it and go, yes, coronavirus, that's the problem. It's the fact that 2K20 sucked. I think they need to get the old companies back, or maybe it's unlikely that's going to happen, but they have to do something. You can't be sitting there with, WWE 2K22 being the same as 2K20, because this is another thing. You look into the past 4 or 5 2K games since it came out, they all look kind of similar. Now, I understand one company having one style. It's the same with the likes of makes. For example, Nike, Adidas. You buy something with Adidas, you expect to find 3 stripes on it. They have that sort of design, that sort of style that's set with their name. And 2K, their games all look, in terms of style, very similar. But would it really hurt to throw something different in there? And it doesn't even have to be something different. You can go back to an old game and grab something and throw it in to this generation. And, all anyone wants is general manager mode. That's all we want back. I reckon they could copy and paste 2K20, stick the 2K22 logo on it, but throw in GM mode, and everybody would be like, oh my word, this is a whole different game. People would be buzzing, and that would tie people over for a year. We would love that. And I know I made a video over the summer, or a while back, that Austin Creed, Xavier Woods in WWE posted a thing on Twitter about, oh, you all want a GM mode, I got a surprise for you, and nothing came of that, which is disappointing. Now, on to the next thing. I mentioned throwing it into this generation. They're going to take a year off from their mainstream series, and they're not going to put it on the new generation of consoles. They're not going to have it on PS5. It's not going to be on, I think, is it the Xbox X series they're calling it? Something like that. Like, I'm an Xbox player. That would probably be the next one I'd go to. But what do I do? This new console's going to come out. All of a sudden, 99% of the games I play are only going to be on this new console. And then WWE's going to come out and say, well, no, we're only on the old gen. It's not going to work. They have to put it on the new gen consoles. And maybe that's another thing to look at 2K for and say, well, they still don't know what they're doing because they can't get this to work on new gens. They haven't even figured out the current gen of console. They haven't figured this game system out at all. So they have no idea how to make it successful on the new one. And what baffles me and a lot of people, you look at something like NBA, for example. NBA is a brilliant game. There's so much cool stuff involved with it. Even the My Player, it is great. And there's so much you can be your player. You can walk around the town and stuff, customize a lot of things. And you look at WWE and you're like, you would not believe this is the same creators. So look, I don't want to ramble on. I think I've been going on for a bit too long. And there's not a lot happening in this video. It's just me sitting here talking. But I'll try my best to maybe throw as much images or whatever in as I can. But I'm going to link to a couple of videos in the description, lads. I'll throw in the original video of Justin. I'll throw in Dank Ops. You'll get a lot more better information off him. But basically, no 2K21 this year from what we're hearing. But there will be a non-sim wrestling game coming out. What that means, guess we'll find out in the future. But that's it from me, lads. Back to normal videos later, hopefully. and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time, guys. Cheers.